Ladies and gentlemen, my guest tonight has served on the Supreme Court for 27 years. Please welcome back to The Late Show, Justice Stephen Breyer. Nice to have you on.
Nice to be here.
It has been 6 years, just about 6 years exactly, since you were on the show, early September of 2015. How you been?
I've been fine.
Yeah, I love having a Supreme Court justice on. It feels like I'm doing the Jack Parr show or something like that. It's 1961 or something. Now, we don't get to see you normally doing your job because there are no cameras inside the Supreme Court of the United States. How do you feel about that? I know that the rule's against it, but would you be open to the idea of cameras in the court?
At the moment, I don't have to think about it, and the truth of the matter
I'm asking
is,
you to think about
we don't know.
I'm asking you to think about it. I'm asking you to think. You have to think about it. It's my show.
Okay.
Court is in session. All rise, Mr. Justice. But what do you mean you don't have to think about it right now?
Because immediately there'd have to be a majority in favor of it. And the problem is this. On the one hand, people would see it's a very serious institution. Difficult questions. People are grappling with these questions. That would be a major plus for the United States, I think, if we could be seen. On the other hand, we don't know the extent to which people would become too self-centered, the lawyers or the judges, and be too worried about how they look on television.
What if I got you a stylist? What if I got all of you, you know, a little work, a little freshen up like that, and a really nice robe or something like that? Is that the worry?
That's exactly part of what we're worried about.
Are you worried about guys like me making fun of the footage that we see on a daily basis?
Well, you wouldn't.
No, obviously not.
No, obviously not.
There's nothing. I would never make a joke about it. But on a mildly serious tack here, what about in federal courts? Because we have these attacks, the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. Wouldn't it be good to be able to see these serious charges of violence, sedition, rebellion that are being charged against these people in federal court so we can see that justice is being done for the people who created this most horrible day?
There are some that have them. What we really don't know, and it's unknown in our court, actually, is the extent to which, well, let me put it this way. When I write an opinion, or my colleagues do, it isn't for the people in the courtroom entirely. It's for 330 million people who aren't there. And human beings, as you well know, like to focus on somebody they see. And there's the good one, and there's the bad one. And so we don't know the extent to which that would get across, that it isn't for these two people so much as it is for the 330 million who aren't there. So there are worries. There are worries.
Big news is the court's refusal to block the Texas abortion ban law, even before they ruled on the constitutionality of it, not to put some sort of hold on the law. You said to NPR that that decision by the court was very, very, very wrong. Why only 3 varies? Why only 3? Why such restraint? Why such restraint?
You want to know the truth?
Yes.
You missed one.
You did 4?
Yes,
you did 4 varies? Okay. I'll talk to our research department.
Well, one was sort of quiet.
Putting aside the tacit endorsement of an essential overturning of Roe in Texas, have you ever seen the example of any law of citizens being deputized to be the people to enforce it, which is what's happening in Texas?
Texas, you know, used to have posses.
Sure.
And if you've seen Western movies, which you have, you will know that any 10 people can get together and they can, in certain circumstances, be a posse that goes out and captures the outlaws. Well, you asked me for an example. I
Isn't
didn't
that
say
the same example, Mr. Justice? Because those people are being deputized to be part of the government, essentially, to be government agents, whereas these people are staying citizens, which is how the Texas lawmakers are trying to do an end run around judicial review. Isn't that a different situation?
Yes.
Excuse me. Checkmate. So I'm sorry, I interrupted you congratulating me for being right. Go ahead. Thank you very much. Yes. So there is no other example you can think of other than the posse, which isn't the actual example?
Well,
that is one of the most shocking things about it to me, because it is so flagrantly an attempt to do an end run around judicial review.
The truth is, in that matter, what they had before us, it was a procedural question. We didn't get to the merits of the law. And one of my objections, which was pretty strong, accounts for one of the varies, is when we have an important case like that, even if it's procedural, we should have a full proceeding and not decide it just on the basis of an emergency motion, which that was.
You and Sotomayor said, I dissent, instead of the traditional respectfully dissent. Is that a Supreme Court mic drop? What is that? Is that like a diss? What is that?
I mean, it could be, but it needn't be. It could be that I just forget to put in the code.
Could be. Could be. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll be back with more Justice Stephen Breyer. Stick around, everybody.